Very good evening, one and all. And here I am Dr. Priyanka Singh, MSc, PhD, and in food nutrition and dietetics. I am a wellness consultant and a diet nutrition and wellness consultant, freelancing with different hospitals in Bangalore. And also, I have been academician, scientist, and involved into many social and nutritional organizations. So here we are going live with the entire Rabindra Bharati Global School team. And thanks for the team and the academic director, the principal, and the organization for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with the rising and the future of our country, the building foundation stone of our country, our kids, our children. Okay, so now let me start. First of all, wishing you all a very, very happy World Food Day. Food is one of the most important component of our life, which helps us to grow, and there are so many aspects of health in which the food and nutrition plays an extremely important role. So the theme this year is very nice, that care, and then we know that this World Food Day is actually celebrated as the Food and Agriculture Organization of United Nations was established in year 1945 on the same day of 16th October. Okay, so now for that every year 16th October is celebrated as World Food Day, and we all those people who have food in their plates are very lucky, because with this pandemic, and also there are so many socioeconomic reasons because of which we also find that there are so many people who are not able to have good food and food availability. And we all know, so I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the World Food Program arranged by FAO for getting the Nobel Peace Prize 2020 this year for combating hunger in such a trying time of pandemic. Now, it's very important that to address the pandemic as coronavirus is around. And again, I would like to thank all the doctors, paramedical staff, and government and non-government organization officials for their tireless jobs in the field of helping people to combat COVID-19. Okay, now children and their parents, as I know that there are so many looking forward to listen to the certain health parameters and how nutrition can help you to improve your health. So first of all, I would like to draw your attention towards the definition of health. Basically, health is nothing but a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So these days, the definition of well-being, or the definition of socialization has also changed because of the pandemic. And you all have to keep 6 feet distance from each other in order to avoid any contraction of the COVID-19. So children and parents, keep away from each other, maintain the social distance. Now, coming to the mental health, you all know that these days a lot of mental health is too much into the news because of lot of depression, social pressure, unemployment. And if you see the recent studies which says that there are a lot of hunger, there are a lot of deaths, there are a lot of suicides has increased due to this pandemic. So all of you, we the Indians, we are the torch bearer in this field by having yoga and meditation in our plate, right? So we all know the A to Z of yoga and meditation, and we all are having such a great family bonding and family social norms, which can definitely help us to get out of any kind of depression. And we all do entertain a lot of healthy social life, okay, and mental life. Now coming to the physical life. When we talk about the physical life, there are a couple of things which are very important, like your physical activity and food. So you all have to eat a very good food and diet and a balanced diet and do some exercises on the daily basis. So to change the printout of the body, you must learn to rewrite the software of your mind. So let's see what all you can do in order to keep yourself fit, physically active. So I'll just give you few exercise tips. Okay, so children, I completely understand with this trying times of COVID-19, and I would really congratulate all the childrens and their parents, because actually the best warriors are the children, who have really shown a lot of patience, lot of ways wherein you can actually you are contributing, staying back at home, and it is really great to see all of you doing so good with your following the social distancing and following the lockdowns. Now, coming to the physical exercises, so there are two, three things very important, like lifestyle modifications. So these days, all your parents are overburdened with a lot of work. So children, help your parents in doing small day-to-day life activities like gardening, plant your trees, water your trees and whatever plants you have in your surroundings. Help your mom in the kitchen by simply putting the table or just arranging the vessels. These small lifestyle modifications will help you to be active, and also they help into certain physical activities, as well as like burning some calories, extra calories. Okay, I'll come to that later and explain you how the calories are so important. Okay, and also you can take the stairs. Now the second is the recreational sports, right? So skipping is very good, dancing is very good, so you can just play any music and do 15-20 minutes of nice dance, whichever song you want, or you can do. There are a lot of yoga, and there are a lot of practices, dance practices, which are available these days, so you can take those courses or lessons or some YouTube links in order to learn some dance in the free time, as well as that will add up to a lot of your physical activity. You can do skipping. And I was just watching one day the interview of marathon man, Mr. Milan Soman, with PM Narendra Modi. Then he was telling, I don't need to go out to prepare for marathon. I can do it in 10 by 8 room. So why can't we all? So you are the you're the kids. You don't need to. Or if somebody is actually looking for any recreational sport or any kind of sport, then definitely you can take the stairs, do certain skipping, exercises, running, jogging. These days, so many parks are also open. Then your the most important aspect of your physical activity is cutting down on your sitting activities, okay, or the inactivities, like sitting down with the gadgets. So you can see every child having a tablet in in their hand. The personal tablet is what I see these days, with a lot of online or classes going on. Then again, some video games, a lot of video games are there, chatting, social networking has become very, very, and then socialization over the phone, or socialization over the this thing, your social media, like Facebook and WhatsApp video calls, Skype calls, Zoom calls. So it is fine, but you have to be very, very restricted with this kind of activities. Okay, now also it's now this is what about the physical activities. Now we will come to the core of my specialization, which is diet. Now let food be thy medicine, and not and medicine be thy food. So you can actually cure many of the normal kind of like diabetes, blood pressure, and many other disorders are there, which we can simply cure with the help of food, considering it as a medicine. Okay, but again, the quantity, frequency, physiological properties, quality of food, And the processing of food is very important. Many a times people like these days somebody will come up in the clinics and say that, ma'am, I have developed acidity big time. So that is because they are taking lot of kadhas, lot of turmeric, but there are permissible level of these superfoods or whatever foods you call it, you know, because we just, for us it is a food, and for the nutritional point of view, you have the certain upper limits beyond which it is not good to take. So you all have to go to a very qualified dietitian in order to take the specific recommendation how much you should eat or drink these specific superfoods, right? Then coming to the yeah, so also the food creates lot of inflammation in the body, and it these inflammations are created due to like bad food that we eat, like junk foods, right? So, and also the other inflammations which are created in the body are due to the stress, malnutrition, obesity, comorbidity, sedentary lifestyle, and pollution. For stress, I told you all already to do your yoga and meditation, have a good food, okay? For the malnutrition, for obesity, no sedentary lifestyle, leave it. And comorbidity and pollution, all these comorbidities are very very high in this covid times because of lot of inactivity. So you all have to start getting into a better physical activities. Now coming to the immunity, how immunity is important for your especially in this trying time of the pandemic. So immunity is basically nothing that you can gain or develop overnight. You all have to practice it for a longer period of time. At least 30 to 45 days it takes to have good food and improve your immunity. Okay, it cannot be done on a like overnight you are having. So no dietitian is a magician, no food is a superfood or a magical food. You have to get used to a very balanced diet. Now why I'm saying the balanced diet, because in a balanced diet there is a proper quantity of a macronutrients and a micronutrients. Now what are the macronutrients? So basically I'll just explain you, showing you a food plate. Okay, so see, this is a plate, right? So in this plate, I have just divided into four parts, wherein first half is divided into 25% and 25%. 25% is the whole cereals, and another 25% is the pulses and whole proteins, and eggs, fish, chicken. These are the protein sources, and these are the whole grains. Whole grains also consist of your millets, broken wheat, so many brown rice, different varieties of rice, millets, all these are contained in this. Coming to the vegetables, how much vegetables we all should eat? It is 30% of the daily's diet should come from vegetables, and fruit should be a 20%. So 20% means you can have one fruit a day and you are done. So this is just an example to plan your day. And then there are certain other things important, which is nuts, oils, seeds, and dairy. So basically a bowl of curd or buttermilk and 2 glasses of milk for all of you is very very important. Oil, nuts, seeds, these things are also very very important. Okay, so I'll just show you how exactly it looks like. You can see here, this is 30% of whole grains, your cereals, your pulses and legumes, your vegetables, and 20% is your fruits. This is a dairy that you should have, and this is plant some trees. Whatever area you have, make it green, go green, plant as many trees and as possible. The last month was a Poshan Ma declared by Government of India and FSSAI. So we all had a lot of workshops and conferences focusing on kitchen gardening as well as the severe acute malnutrition And again, you all as the building blocks of a country and youths, you all are the future of the country. It's very important to get a good diet and have a healthy future. Okay, so this is another pyramid which we refer in order to help you to understand how the balanced diet works. You can see these are the grains, the quantity of grains. Then you can see the fruits, vegetables and fruits, and very small quantity, this is the milk. Okay, then your chicken, fish. And if you take nice balanced diet with some physical activity of playing well and all that, what will happen? You will have a very good growth and development. Okay, so now coming to the your nutritional requirements. So as I was telling, all the nutrients which are required are basically the carbohydrates, proteins and the fats. Why they are called as carbohydrates? Because they are required in the very huge quantities. Okay, so you all have to, so I'll just tell you about, brief you about few these. Okay, so for a student or for a child of age 10 to 12, the calorie content required is, I'll just read out these for you. So for the age of 10 to 12, for a girl who has a height of 36.4, requires 2060 kilocalories, whereas the boy of the same age will require 2220 kilocalories. These are the recent guidelines which just came out last month, and from the National Institute of Nutrition, from where the recommended dietary allowances are being provided to all of us. Okay, so, and also for the boys of 13 to 15 years it is 50.5 and 49.6 for the girls, whereas for the 16 to 17 years age boys it is 64.4 and girls it is 55.7. Now coming to the this was the height, sorry, this I was talking about the ideal height for the reference weight for the reference heights. Now coming to the calories. Calories is for the boys of 16 to 17 years is 3320 and for the girls is 2500, whereas for boys of the age 13 to 15 is 2860, whereas for the girls it is 2400. Now coming to the, I have already explained you about the 10 to 12 years of boys and girls. So now coming to the fats and oils. So for the girls and boys of the age 10 to 12, the requirement is 35 and 45 grams per day respectively. And for 13 to 15 years of boys and girls, it is 50 gram per day and 35 gram per day respectively. And for the boys and girls of 16 to 17 years, it is 40 grams per day, and for the girls it is 35 grams per day. So these are the fat recommendations. What are the dietary recommendations we call? Now the protein recommendations. Protein recommendations are almost same for the boys and girls of 10 to 12 years, whereas for the boys and girls of year 13 to 15 it varies. Okay, how much? 36.4 for the 13 to 14 years of boys, whereas 34.7 grams per day for the boys and girls of for the girls of 13 to 15 years. Okay, now coming to the 16 to 17 years of age. Okay, so this is like 45.1 for boys and 37.3. It reduces with the when it comes to the girls in the age of 16 to 17. That is why the fat concentration or the fat composition of the girls are very important with the growing age. So you all have to be very conscious. I'll be helping out with how you can maintain, and there are some tips I'm here with, so I'll definitely help you out with all that. Okay, now carbohydrates are very important, and that is almost 100 gram per day for everyone. Okay, now coming to the folate, that is the folic acid. Folic acid is again very important component for all the growing children, and for all of you. So you all need to take good amount of green leafy vegetables and all in order to get good folate in the body. Okay, so I'll just give you the references, and then I'll also give you the good sources of all these nutrients as well. Okay, so for the folate, it is 180 and 182 for the girls and boys of age 10 to 12, then 238 to 204 for boys and girls of 13 to 15 years, 286 to 223 for boys and girls of 16 to 17 years of age. Okay, and also the magnesium is also very important, and that ranges between 223 to 214 milligram for boys and girls of the age 10 to 12, whereas 294 milligram per day to 270 milligram per day for boys and girls of the age 13 and 15 respectively. And also for the 16 to 17 years, it is 338 for boys and 279 for the girls. Now, the another very important food nutrient which is there for all of you, as you all are growing kids, you all need to have a good amount of calcium. Calcium is almost around 650 for the age of 10 to 12 for both girls and boys, whereas 800 for both girls and boys of around 13 to 15 years age, 850 at around age of 16 to 17. Okay, and then another very important, which I feel is very important, is vitamin A, as you all are students. Okay, and you all need you all read, and these days so a lot of screen timings are there. Restrict your timings up to 30 minutes, and so don't exceed it too much, but make sure that you all have 1 carrot, basic, at least 1 carrot a day. Okay, so the requirement there is around microgram per day, so 360 microgram per day for boys of 10 to 12 years, whereas 370 microgram per day for the boys and for the girls of 10 to 12 years. Okay, then 430 and 420 microgram per day for the age of 13 to 15 boys and girls respectively, whereas 480 and 400 for the boys and girls of age 16 and 17, 16 to 17 respectively. So you all just make sure that you take good amount of carrots every day, so that your vitamin A levels are maintained well, and you are able to have good eyesight and do not get headaches during the exam hours or having a lot of screen timings. Okay, then vitamin D, coming to the vitamin D, it is 400 international units for every age group of from the 10 to 17. So iron becomes very important for all the girls, because from the post 10 to 12 years, most of you must have started your cycles, menstruation cycles. So it's very important to take care, because especially the girls, and it is a myth that only girls need good iron. Boys also need good iron in order to have their good growth. Okay, so all of you, definitely the requirements are little higher in the girls compared to the boys. Like I'll just give you the values, like 12 milligram per day for boys of 10 to 12 years age, and 16 milligram per day for the girls 10 to 12 years of age, whereas 13 to 15 years boys will have 15 milligram per day, and girls will have 17 milligram per day. Boys will have 18 milligram per day, and also girls will have 18 milligram per day for the age of 16 to 17. So make sure that all of you eat a very good amount on green leafy vegetables and stuff, so that your iron levels are good. Coming to your vitamin B12. B12 again plays a very important role in all of your my biochemical reactions and the physiology of the body. But there are saying that the people who are into the non-vegetarian food will have good B12, but that is especially in the case of the deficiency. When a person or a patient come with some deficiency, B12 deficiency to us, we try to give them sheep or goat liver and the other non-vegetarian food like a whole egg, in order to improve their B12 levels. But if even a vegetarian child or a person right from the beginning, right from the childhood, if you take this entire food groups, okay, entire food groups with your nuts, seeds and dairy, okay, none of you will come across any kind of deficiency, that I can bet upon. And so you will not need to have any kind of medicines in the future. So you all have to be very careful with what all you are taking. So the 2 microgram of daily is the recommendation for B12 for the age group of 10 to 17. Okay, now vitamin C, we all know, all the doctors and everyone is telling that vitamin C tablets to be chewed every day, and you all have to take a lot of vitamin C in order to improve your immunity. So the levels are vitamin C like milligram per day. If we talk about, so boys is like 45, and for girls it is 44 where microgram per day, whereas for the boys of the age 13 to 15 it is 60 and 55 for the boys and girls of the age 13 to 15. If we talk about the 16 to 17, the recommendations are 69 microgram milligram per day for boys and 57 milligram per day for the boys. Okay, these are the certain recommendations that we have. Now, with all these, I will just give you now the good sources of all these nutrients, right? So if we talk about the protein, good quality protein is very important, right? So even if you are eating the protein, and if you are not able to absorb or digest it, there is no point. So the protein what you are taking, like soya proteins or your vegetable proteins, or your you can say this egg proteins and the animal proteins are extremely good in the biological values, which are easily absorbed in the body. So as many grams you are eating, the maximum portion is being absorbed and utilized in the body. But you all have to be very very careful with eating too much of the proteins, because these days we come across a lot of patients will eat too much of proteins, and then their creatinine levels will increase, and all those kind of side effects will happen. So that we have to avoid. And we all have to be very careful in order to understand that protein deficiencies, they create a negative nitrogen balance in the body. Okay, that results in the sarcopenia in the body, and finally deteriorates the immunity. So dal soups, sprouts, chana, soya bean. Okay. Non-veg like egg, fish liver, chicken, etc., whole grains, these all are very good sources of the protein. Coming to the fats. Now talking about the good fats and the bad fats. Okay. So what all you are eating outside, or I don't think so in the canteens the reusable oils are used. But if anywhere you are getting the reusable oils, they are not good. They are really bad. Yeah, so you have to be very very careful in indulging into the good fats. Okay, so monounsaturated fatty acids and omega-3, which are very much present into the flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, fatty fishes, black gram, soya bean and bajra. Okay, so these are the sources of the good fats. So consume them on the daily basis in order to have your nutritional requirements. Now, what are the immuno-boosting nutrients or micronutrients which are responsible for improving your immunity and helping you to combat the COVID-19, because it's not yet over. We all have to make sure that till we get the vaccine and the proper medicine, we should not take it very lightly. You know? So the nutrients, micronutrients which are important are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, folate, iron, magnesium and selenium. So now coming to the different sources of these nutrients. So when we talk about the vitamin C, amla, guava, capsicum, oranges, raw mangoes, then red amaranth, lemongrass, etc. are very important. And the cooking and processing is very important. So vitamin C, if you see it, it is heat liable. So if you heat vitamin C, it destroys at certain temperature. Okay, so tomatoes, if you eat like that, it is good. If oranges or amlas, you can have in the raw amlas, it is always good than having in the processed form. And also vitamin C is very important for the iron absorption. So if you are taking any iron rich food like your green leafy vegetables, or your you say sprouts, also improves the vitamin C content, sorry, iron content and vitamin C content. So you have to spread some lemon to that, okay, in order to have a proper digestion and absorption of vitamin C. Now vitamin D, all of us know, is very very important for all of us. For the kids and children, it is very important because they are in the growing phase and they need to build up their bones. So in that case, milk and milk products is very important, plays a very important role. Then sunlight, so 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the sunlight which you all should expose. Average time is 10 minutes per daily, or 20 to 30 minutes you can expose for 3 to 4 days in a week. Okay, so then coming to the zinc, which I have told you is very plays an important role. So whole grains, dals, pulses, black till, soya bean, nuts and oil seeds, chicken and egg, all these are a very good sources of the zinc. Vitamin A, I already told you that carrots plays a very important role. Along with that, pumpkin, green leaves, chicken liver, fish, egg and chicken breast, all these also plays a very important role. Now coming to the vitamin B6. B6 is present primarily into the nuts and oil seeds, pulses. Vegetarians like drumstick leaves, fenugreek leaves, garlic, ginger, curry leaves, zira, methi, and methi seeds. Then fruits like banana, cereals like whole wheat, brown rice, barley, jowar, maize, etc. Okay, now B12 again I have told you in detail, like milk products, egg, meat. And also B12 is very important in order to improve the gut microflora. So these days there are a lot of complaints of gut microflora, and in many diseases, if your gut microflora flora is not good, you have a high tendency of many diseases, acidity, digestion, indigestion, and also in the digestion and absorption of many nutrients. So you all should take probiotics on a regular basis in order to improve your gut microflora. Okay, now for folic acid, I told you that pulses, vegetables like spinach, fenugreek leaves, beetroot, fresh peas, colored capsicum, fruits, oils and nut seeds are very important. Nuts and oil seeds are very important. Now coming to the selenium. Selenium also plays an important role in your immunity. So eggs, pulses, chicken, moong dal, chana dal and fish are important. Magnesium, the good sources are ragi, jowar, green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds. Then another important food items which are very important to be consumed, and there are a lot of uh, recommendation these days from Ayush Mantralaya and Government of India, are like garlic, ginger, turmeric, tulsi, neem, basil and lemongrass. So those who are interested in having all the Thai, even Indian cuisines, all of us, like all the North Indians, South Indians, West Indians, all of us have lot of use of turmeric in our food. And I was just going through one workshop where one professor was telling that this turmeric was even mentioned in the Harappan civilization. So it is so old, 2500 BCE. Okay, so from that time onwards, it is like still it was known. And there was like there is one I'm from north, so there is a lot of Dalit, and there the caste system was very prevalent there. So there, like person who used to go for a wedding, for the marriage proposals, they used to take turmerics. Okay, so that was the exchange of turmerics were supposed to be very auspicious. Even now, even in our house, if when we give any envelopes or do any auspicious work, we put turmeric there. So turmeric itself is not something new that we have come across. There was one workshop for where professor from London was online, and he was telling that there in a cafe in London, in some dollars they are selling just a cup of milk with few pinches of turmeric as a golden latte. So when I tell my clients, I just tell them that have some golden latte, so with this fancy names. But if you see that the turmeric is very well into our kitchen and our food from a very long period of time, and be very careful, don't take more than pinch of turmeric in the milk, because we Indians, we anyways use lot of turmeric throughout the day. So even consuming too much of turmeric is not very great. You have to consult a qualified dietitian in order to understand the recommendations and how much you should have it. Okay, now you should start your day with some warm water with some lemons, gingers, and end your day with the definitely the golden milk, that is the turmeric milk. Now children, I would also like to explain you a very important thing, which is a calorie intake, which you all do during your school times, or even in the pandemic time. There was a lot of Facebook updates about the foods that mothers were making at home, children's making cakes, pastries, and samosas and all the junk items high in calorie, and posting the photos on the social media. It was all very funny, nice, but you all have to be very careful in choosing the food which has what depending upon the calorific value. So here I have something for all of you in order to explain you how exactly the calories are there in your food. So this is a milkshake. If you can see, the 450 ml of milkshake have 448 kilocalorie of energy. This is almost around 1/4 of the daily intake of an individual. Then you can see 3 cookies, you have almost around 96 kilocalories of energy. Okay, so keep this in mind. I'll show you few more. Now this is your favorite ice cream. So one scoop of ice cream gives you 162 kilocalories of energy, whereas 160 ml of any 336 ml of any aerated drinks gives you 160 kilocalorie. So these are quite high, isn't it? Okay, right now you're not able to identify. Let me show you how it is, the calorie content and the sugar content in the healthy foods. Now let's come to the fruits. Okay, so banana, watermelon, and oranges. So banana, around 100 grams of banana will have 72 kilocalories of energy. 100 grams of orange will have around 40 kilocalories, and 100 grams of watermelon will have only 72 kilocalories. Can you see? So in case you want to indulge into one banana for a snack, if you're feeling hungry, you can have, and you all must have, one banana a day in order to have a very good nutrition in terms of calories, in terms of fat, in terms of your fiber, in terms of your magnesium, calcium. It is very rich in nutrients. For your vitamin C, you don't have to go anywhere, don't have a chewable tablets, you better go for a orange juice. Okay, so you can see that if you want to feel like drinking, and it is just a matter of habit. You won't believe, my daughter is 11 years, until now she never have a aerated drink. Only she will have some like maza and fruity, but she will, and fruit juices, she loves fruit juices. She will not touch the aerated drink because she has never tasted it. So parents, you also need to put into effort to develop a healthy lifestyle at home. You cannot just have drinks and tell kids not to have it. It is just impossible. It doesn't work this way. Okay, now here are a few vegetables. You can see this is a corn. So 100 gram of corn, I know how much it is, just 24 kilocalories. Coming to the green beans, 100 gram of green beans will just 16 calories, kilocalories. Whereas if you can see the carrot, what I am telling you, mini carrots, it is just 16 kilocalories. Okay, so you can see the sugar and the calorie intake. And what is happening these days, girls are not taking, or boys are not taking proper diet during their school age or a childhood age, especially this 10 to 16 17 years. When you are into the teenage, what you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of peer pressure, you want to go out, meet with your friends, and go to the canteens, restaurants, and have all these food. Sometimes at the home also you don't want to eat. I have seen so many kids not at all wanting to eat normal diet, right? They want shakes, they want cookies. Every day morning should start with some biscuits, cookies, which is wrong. You can just have a look at the amount of sugar present in all these. Okay, now I am very sure that all of you must have made few points, what recommendations I have given. So I'll just guide you a little bit on your nutritional status, how you can come to know about the nutritional status of the food. So you can see in every food packaging there is one nutritional food recommendations will be there. They will be showing the nutritional value. So here you will have calories. So this is peanut butter. I'll just hide the brand name. So this is a peanut butter box I have. So just to show you, demonstrate to all of you. So here in the peanut butter, there is zinc, there is iron, there is phosphorus, and what are the quantities, everything it is written here. Okay, so this is something very, very important, right, to go through the. And there sometimes there are a lot of misleadings also which are there in the nutritional recommendation. What they will do, they will just write, it will be like a normal Coke, or sorry, I don't want to take the name of any brands, any aerated drinks. You will see that they will write low calories. You have to find out how much is the low calorie. Maybe few 5 grams, 5 kilocalories, 10 kilocalories, how much? Low, high protein will be just 1 gram more high protein. And one very important point I wanted to tell you all is about the iodine. I think I just missed out. Iodine was 100 microgram per day for all of you, and you all have to make sure that you eat the proper iodized salt. There are a lot of low sodium, low potassium salts in your daily routines, in your food items, and sorry, in your supermarket. So low sodium, low potassium, and people bring it that will. And there are a lot of misleading ads, advertisements, and products available on the shelves with a very beautiful coverings, and lot of money they will put in ads. Okay, but you should buy any company proper normal iodized salt, that is healthy, that is good for your health. So you have to be very careful while selecting your salt. Okay, the iodized salt is very important for all of you for the growing age. So this is for the parents and also for the children, because I have observed that if you tell anything to the children, they are the father of the man, so they will keep in their mind and they will keep reminding you all the time, no mama, don't buy this, mama, buy this. Okay, so this happens many a times with me. It is my personal experience, and I'm pretty sure it is the same with all of you. And there is one data I would like to share with all of you, is that the during this pandemic, the junk food production and selling has increased to 50%, which is a huge number. So they are making a lot of so the biscuits and the fruities, so people staying at home, they are stuffing a lot of processed foods. I don't want to take the name of any brands and stuff, but I have gone through one study which has given even the brand name of the hike in the production and the and in this pandemic. Okay, so herewith I will I didn't find any questions, so I would like to stop my presentation. It was really a great time with so many viewers live here. And thank you all. Eat well, stay healthy, and stay happy. Okay, have a great time. Thank you so much.